Hi everyone. So I was doing this new year, I started a Caribbean cooking series, and I've been promising constantly that I will be doing vegetarian and vegan dishes from the Caribbean. And I will do that, but because it is a pandemic, unfortunately, I still can't find a lot of the ingredients that I need. So I'm going to be doing something different, as I often do. These are, by the way, in case you're unfamiliar, these are baby eggplant and these are okra. I'm going to be going to Greece, and I will be doing some vegan dishes, from Greece. So I will be doing that today, and then I will be going back at a later date, which I don't know, yet remains to be determined, and I will finish off the Caribbean series. So here we have, as I said, we have some okra and we have some baby eggplant, and I'm just going to show the ingredients like this. We have Campbell's vegetable broth, we have some rice, and we have some lemon. So stay tuned for what I'm hoping to be a very informative, fun, and interesting episode on Greek vegans. I'm going to be doing quite a few dishes, and they may or may not be well known, but I'm really looking forward to this. Thank you, and stay tuned. Okay, so here we go. I think the biggest challenge in terms of cooking for the new year. So I'm gonna try to somewhat simultaneously do 4 vegan dishes that are of Greek origin. I'm doing a little bit of my own spin on some of these, but I will have recipes posted. So I'm gonna first of all go through the basic ingredients for all 4, and then I will, as I said, I will have the recipe. So I have right now a frying pan set at medium high. I have some baby eggplants, some garlic, minced garlic or grated garlic, some chopped onions. I just see a little bit of, there we go, some chopped onions, some okra, lemon. I have a baking dish of beautiful, I believe they're Yukon waxy potatoes, and I have here some oregano, some parsley, some pepper, and some tomato sauce, and I have vegetable oil and Campbell's vegetable broth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the eggplant, and I am going to be dropping them into a pan of oil. Now, in the recipe, it does not say to do this. It says basically to, roast or grill your eggplant. I should say not roast. It would be bake your eggplant in the oven, and that's where it's ultimately going to be going. But I do actually, I'm just going to leave these 3 here, so just to show. But I do prefer the lightly frying, because it gives a very beautiful color. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bit of salt to that. But while I do that, I want to go back to the potato, and I'm doing this, like the camera stuff by myself, so I have some vegetable broth, and I am going to be putting some vegetable broth in here. I also have some oil. I'm using vegetable oil, not olive oil. And here we go back to the eggplant. And I will just be lightly salting. That's all I've added, salt. I'm going to be adding some oregano as well. I will be adding some garlic, because as I said, I do like the flavor of, and the look, I should say, of the fried eggplant, because it gives a beautiful color. And I'm adding some of the onions here. I'm going to stir that, and in the meantime, I actually forgot my 4th dish, which is also vegan, and that is Greek lemon rice. Now, I'll talk about this in more detail later, but in authentic Greek lemon rice, you don't need to add the peas and the carrots. I did, because I like adding as much vegetables as possible, but also because of the health value, but also because I think it actually looks very pretty. So I've had this rice soaking for about 15 minutes in water, and I will be back. Okay, so hopefully you can see The eggplant is frying up very nicely. It's got a beautiful brown color. And unfortunately, there's something wrong with the resolution. I'll have to fix that. And we have our potatoes. I'm going to be adding to that some dried oregano, some raw garlic cloves. I have already in there the oil and the vegetable broth. And I'm also going to be adding some salt. And after that, I am now going to be covering this up and putting it to bake. And I'm checking on the, I'm checking on the eggplant, but when I'm back, I will work on the eggplant and the Greek lemon rice. Thankfully, the resolution came back nicely. So I have my beautifully, very, very lightly pan-fried eggplant with the onion and the garlic also fried. I put that in a baking dish. And while I do that, I'm going to attend to the rice. I think I'll do the okra last. So what I'm going to do is I have my frying pan still at medium high. And I have my chopped onions, and I have my minced garlic, and I'm going to give that a bit of a stir because it's already hot. It's not going to take very long at all to do. And when it's lightly brown, I'm going to be adding the onions and the garlic into the lemon rice. Now what I'm going to do is turn my attention to the eggplant and to the Greek lemon rice. So for the eggplant, what I'm doing is I'm going to add the black pepper. I just added some black pepper, a little bit more salt. I did cook with salt when I was frying these. I'm putting the parsley on, and finally the oregano, the dried oregano. And what I'm going to do, I think plenty of sauce. Sorry, not sauce. I'm doing too many things. I think I have plenty of olive oil or vegetable oil when I was stir frying this. So I'm not going to add any more oil. I will add a tiny bit of water just so the crushed tomatoes don't burn. And I'm going to be placing these in the oven. And now while I do that, here is my beautiful rice that has been soaked and with the carrots and peas. And I have my garlic and my onions that have been fried. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the onions and the garlic. This is kind of, I think, sort of the fun part for me. I don't believe I've ever made this lemon rice before, but I don't eat a lot of rice, but I think this is kind of fun because, you know, it's learning something new. And in a lot of different cuisines, I'm just going to give this a nice mix so it's evenly distributed. What I'm going to be doing now is adding some lemon juice to give it that beautiful lemon flavor. And then I am going to, this is the fun part I'm referring to, I have some vegetable broth, and I'm going to be cooking the rice in this beautiful broth, and it's low sodium. And so there you go, and I'm going to cover that, and should be good to go. And I'm going to be adding a bit of water to this eggplant, mixing it a little bit, and then popping this in the oven. And I will be back to put all my attention into making the okra. Now, here I am. The potatoes are baking, the eggplant is baking, and the rice is cooking. And I am here to do the final dish, which is the okra, and I will have a recipe posted for this. I have been cooking okra for a long time, but in a different manner, in an Indian style that I learned from my mother, who learned the recipe from my grandmother. So I am going to be doing this Greek okra, but I'm going to be doing a little bit of my own variation. First of all, it's still, you know, it's been on medium high, so it's, you know, the frying pan is hot and things are cooking very quickly. So I have my onions, and to the onions, I'm going to actually add my okra. I do have garlic to add, But okra is something that it is scary for some people because they haven't cooked with it. And most people I found either love it or hate it. And anyways, this is the okra. I've added to the onion. But the thing I was going to say about okra is it is a little hard to cook because often it is hard. Okay, everyone, so I've changed my outfit and we have this child here. Roly Poly has been doing this while I've been cooking because I have a chair here. I think it's really, really cute. Anyways, I'm pretty happy. It's not perfect, but I'm pretty happy with the result. This is the beautiful Greek lemon rice. This is the stewed okra. And this is the eggplant. And this is the potatoes as they came out of the oven. But what I did, it might not be authentic now, but what I did was I lightly pan fried them for added crispiness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this over to the cameraman, the camera person, and look at how tender. I don't know if you can see how tender this baked eggplant is. Granted, I did fry it a little bit, very lightly. This is the stewed okra, and I'm going to put some lemon rice here. Now I'm going to take a picture of the cameraman as he eats. Okay, so the cameraman is eating the rice.
Very delicious.
Okay, and the eggplant.
Absolutely divine.
Okay. I don't know if he's joking or what.
No, it tastes good.
Okay.
It's very good.
And he has a bad habit of telling the truth, so those are the potatoes.
Very delicious potatoes.
And this is your favorite okra, though you've never had it that way before.
My okra.
So how is the okra?
I'm not a vegetarian lover or vegetable lover.
Off when you were talking so very quickly.
I said it was extremely delicious. And I'm not a person who's big on vegetables.
Okay, so I'm just going to hold this and say to everybody, I took some close-ups of this, and so say to everybody, I hope this inspires you to try your own variation of vegan, Greek-style vegan food or Greek-inspired vegan food. It is absolutely delicious. And the camera person was fighting with me because he wants to eat it. And I said, no, we have to have a final video of me holding the food because it took me a long time. But anyways, this is very good. And I do hope it encourages some of you to try this. So again, thank you for watching. I will do the same kind of thing for other countries. And I will be back. Stay well and stay safe. Have a wonderful evening. Bye for now.